Hey guys, today I want to talk about the medication I've stopped in the last 3 months. So I was having a lot of difficulty. I'd plateaued as far as stroke recovery. My left arm wasn't getting any better. My left leg was getting worse. So I went to my GP that I've had for 2 years now, and he's a very old GP. I love old GPs. He's been a GP for 45 years in the same clinic. He successfully got me off oxycodone. That's a different video. I'll talk about the addiction issues I had with that. But basically, I went to my GP and I said, I'm going to call it accumulated this much medication. Here's a screenshot of what I was on daily. Because I've seen 4 or 5 different neurologists. I had to see a driving neurologist for the road authority. She put me on more medication. I had to see a psychiatrist and he put me on more medication. So over the last 7.5 years since the stroke, this is the medication I accumulated, and I went off all of them pretty much cold turkey. The reason I went off them all was because I'd plateaued as far as stroke recovery. My behaviour was really bad. I was in relationships with girls. I was treating them really badly. I was lying to people constantly, which is something I've never ever done. I was making really bad decisions, and my GP agreed that the amount of medication that I was on was contributing to it. So he was happy to weed through them all, and the only one I went off every single one of them cold turkey except for the oxycodone. He tapered me off that over a period of 12 months, and I'm now successfully off that. So I think today is day 50 with no oxycodone, which is absolutely amazing. Which I can't even begin to tell you how. That's Mile in the background with his squeaky dog toy. So day 50 with no oxycodone, no painkillers, period, for 50 days. Unbelievable, guys. I'll do a separate video on oxycodone and my thoughts on that and that, but this is a medication I've stopped in the last 3 months. The only one I've gone back on is the fluoxetine, the antidepressant, because the wheels had kind of fallen off, and about a month ago. So I stopped all the medication 3 months ago, and then a month later, my parents came to my house. I was living alone, and I was just a mess. The CAT team was called, so I was taken into psychiatric care involuntarily with 4 handcuffs and the jacket and the white van and all of that. So that happened 3 times. I was taken in involuntarily. So as a result of that, I had to go back on antidepressants, so fluoxetine, 20 milligrams a day. So that's been 2 months now I've been back on, and that seems to have kicked in, really working. But as I said, all this daily medication that I accumulated from all the doctors I've ever seen was all prophylactic seizure medication. I've never ever had a seizure, but I was on, I think, 4 or 5 different seizure medications, all prophylactic. The amount of oxycodone I was on daily is enough to kill a horse, and I'll explain that in a different video. Temazepam, I was on 100 milligrams a day of that just to get calm. But you can read through all the medications I was on and decide for yourself. But this is what I accumulated after 7.5 years post-stroke and seeing over 12 different doctors, and all of them adding another medication to the list. But I'm off all of them now, except for the fluoxetine, 20 milligrams a day as an antidepressant. Thanks, guys. I hope that answers why I stopped my medication.